Good morning. Today we'll be making magical wizard drapes. I'm your host with the most, me. This is in our Ravenclaw bunkroom series. We'll be replacing these very flimsy curtains that I made so far that originally went on the window, but I didn't like how they looked, and so I moved them here temporarily as placeholders. This is my concept drawing of more substantial wizard drapes. This is what I ordered from Amazon, gold fringe, and these are going to be going at the end of the fabric for a more rich look. And this is a pale gold tassel that will pulling the drapes back for even more classier look. And this is blue fabric that I ordered, and I'm trying to see if it matches the Ravenclaw colors. I mean, does it make it into the Ravenclaw theme? I am measuring this cloth, and it's going to be 78 inches long, and I am going to be using 3 rulers because if you're using 3 rulers, then that means that everything is going to be straight, I think. And these are my new pinking shears. I don't know why they're called pinking, but they leave like a zigzag cut to them, so it helps prevent fraying. That's what they say. And I'm still going to be using this glittery fabric on top of the blue fabric because it's more magical. And I'm using an overcast stitch to this. Although the glittery fabric is wider than the blue cotton fabric, so I had to make pleats to make it fit on the blue fabric, which is fine because they're going to be drapes and they're going to be pleating themselves when they're like hanging over. See, these are my pleats, my sheer pleats. That's a pleat. That's another pleat. It's a little baby pleat. I think it adds depth, I think. And this is going to be the sleeve that is going to go, or the curtain rod, or what I'm using is going to go into this. And this is just scrap fabric. It doesn't really matter what this is going to look like because it's going to go in somewhere that you're not going to be able to see. This is my measuring technique. This is what I use if I'm not going to use my 3 rulers. And I'm just tracing it out here with my pencil. And I'm cutting out the parts that I don't need. This is just an old IKEA duvet cover, and I've used it for other stuff too, so I'm just using the leftover parts. I use leftover parts a lot. And really, I'm just enjoying these shears. It's like a shark, leaving bite marks. This is the trim, and I am measuring it to make sure that I have enough room for the bottom part for the seam allowance, because I want it to fit, so I don't want like extra surprises, like if it doesn't fit, I need it to fit. So I'm like, I'm going to put a lot of room down there just in case, you know, things happen. And this is like the width of it. I'm ironing it because it gives you more accuracy and control. I'm going to pin it, and then I'm going to iron it so that it doesn't open or move when I'm sewing it to the drapes. This is my crazy overcast stitching because the glittery fabric kept moving, but it doesn't matter because it's not the part that anyone's going to see. No one's going to know except you and me. And I'm cutting it to match the size of the drapes. Play. And I'm using a straight stitch to unite the sleeve with the drapes. So you can see the overcast stitch at the end and then the straight stitch underneath it. The straight stitch is the one that's holding these two pieces together. And this is my curtain rod, which is actually trim. It's lightweight, so it's just gonna sit on top of that frame. I have to make sure that it fits because if it does not fit, it would break my heart. So I just threw it over the frame. It doesn't weigh very much. And this is me measuring how long I want the valance to be. I don't know if I want it to be long or short. And my original thought was to just keep it this matte blue and not put glitter over it again. And then I'm seeing what this looks like. For some reason I can't wait to see, I can't wait to use a gold fringe. So I'm going to put the gold fringe before I do the valance. And I'm doing a zigzag stitch because it kept unraveling. So if you're going to use this fringe, make sure that you zigzag it before it unravels. I'm doing a straight stitch to unite the fringe to the drapes. This is a valance. This is the size I decided on. And I'm going to use the glitter on top because glitter makes everything better. I don't know why I wasn't going to do this. It makes it more cohesive. For some reason I pinned the back. I don't know why I did that. But I'm using gold thread or yellow thread this time so you can't see the thread. So this part I should have sewn the valance to the drape first and then sewn the sleeve because now the drape is more wider than the valance. So now I have to create these gathers to shorten the width of it. But I have to be careful because it could mess up the sleeve that I made, so the trim won't go through it if it's blocked. And this is me blindly stitching. I don't recommend this way of sewing. These are the tassels. These are such a good idea. I wasn't going to do this before. I was just going to use some gold ribbon or copper ribbon, go the cheap way because I already had that, but these tassels really made everything work better. I don't like this part and I don't like this part. For some reason I thought that was going to be okay, but it didn't look good. So I utilized the fringe that was already on the drapes, and I'm like, I don't know why I wasn't going to do that. The fringe went from the top to the bottom, and I was like, just sew the valance to the edge of the drape. This is the before with my very flimsy placeholders, and I'm like, one day I will have wizard drapes. And this day came. This is my after. My more substantial wizard drapes, where you can sit down and game online and make spells and potions, or be a warrior if you wanted to. This is our Ravenclaw bunk room, and I'm still working on this room. But this is what it looks like so far. Thank you for watching. I hope y'all have a good day.